Hey, Democrats, liberals, come here. I gotta talk to you for a second. What the fuck is this? No, this question is not rhetorical, okay? I want an actual answer out of yous. Explain. Wasn't it you, Democrats, liberals, the fucking corporate media, and everybody else talking about what a fucking threat Trump is to democracy? And what are the reasons why people say he's a threat to democracy? Well, one of the reasons is because they say that in an unprecedented way that's never happened before, that he wants to use the military against citizens in this country. You've heard him talking a lot about it in the news lately. The fact that Trump said, we've got to address the enemy from within. And you guys are all really worried about that rhetoric, right? It is very concerning rhetoric. So my question is, why the fuck are you setting it up for him? The DoD's reissue of Directive 5240.01 quietly authorizes lethal force against U.S. citizens. The military, meant for external threats, is now primed for domestic action. This directive signals a shift from the defense to suppression, preparing for conflict in our streets. Wow, that seems quite fucking authoritarian. When did this happen? September 27th, 2024. They just kind of slipped this in there. Who is the Secretary of Defense right now? Right. Okay, Lloyd Austin. Who appointed him? In what administration is he a part of? Right. Democratic President Joe Biden. Just wanted to double check. So I want to know why it matters if it's Trump doing it, but not when Democrats are doing it. And I would also like to know why you don't fucking care that they are priming and getting this ready for Trump. Why would you put this? First of all, why would you put this in here in the fucking first place? This is unconstitutional. You can't just turn the military on your population, although a lot of people have been warning for a while that the way that protesters were treated during Black Lives Matter and during the pro-Palestinian protests, that this is exactly what they were planning on doing eventually. Like, why are the police arresting this fucking actual straight up grandma? Over 200 Jewish anti-genocide protesters got arrested yesterday. This woman is so old, her hair looks like that she's straight out of Golden Girls. Weird how all you Zionists that are so concerned about anti-Semitism don't care that a bunch of Jewish people were arrested yesterday. And for what? For standing outside the New York Stock Exchange because they're here to protect property and find any excuse they can to violate people's First Amendment rights. I'm sure that DoD directive won't be abused. The thing is, though, is that a lot of you liberals and Democrats kept saying, yeah, well, I know that's the reason why we can't allow Republicans and Trump to win, because if we do, they'll do this. Okay, cool story. Why the fuck are the Democrats doing it now? Why are the Democrats setting this precedent so that should they win, they will be allowed to do it with no problem, and should Trump win, he'll be able to do it with no problem. It's gonna be kind of hard if Trump sends out the fucking military to crack heads of protesters, should he become president, to go, ma'am, how is this happening? Oh, I don't know, maybe because the Democratic administration made this the fucking directive of the Department of Defense months before the election. This is so insane and unacceptable regardless of who is president. You are literally saying it's okay for the military, which is supposed to be meant for external protection and threats, to be turned on your own population. But the fact that you motherfucking Democrats have nothing to say about it, you don't have anything to say about it just because Joe Biden is president, as if it's not just as likely, 50-50 split, that Trump becomes president and implements this shit on you. Likely to result in lethal force. Certainly puts her DNC speech where she's bragging about America's lethal military force in a new light, don't it? If you don't care about this, and if you don't have mad fucking criticisms for Joe Biden and the Democratic Party for putting this kind of fascist rule in place, then I don't want to fucking hear you talk about Trump, the Republicans, or their threat of fascism. Because as per fucking usual, the Republicans could never carry out their full fascist authoritarian agenda without the aid and help and consent of the Democrats, and they are always more than happy to do so.